Hey, I turn it up.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang, featuring Colleen. 96.3 KLLL.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I heard of sirens last night.
Well, those sirens, I mean, they're designed to give you that chill.
They're a little unnerving, aren't they?
They're
Yeah.
unnerving. That's a good word.
Yeah.
It's just, you hear the, I mean, and when you hear it, it's like, holy cow.
Those things work good.
But
I mean,
you know what? I don't know who's in charge of those, but I thought they did it early enough, and I thought I was like, okay, well, because City of Lubbock obviously is a big town, so
I got emergency management people and all
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
It was interesting last night. It's been a while since we had
something like that.
I mean, I remember that one. Was it 2-3 years ago? Remember that one? It was that coming
yes,
from west.
Wilford. Yes.
Everybody was standing out in the street watching.
That thing was unreal too.
Yeah, that was the last one I remember. But this one, throwing in, I mean, like multiple tornadoes, long track like that, huge storm, hail. I mean, it
had
a
every
big one.
appearance like it was coming right for central Lubbock. I was like, holy cow. I mean, then that's when I just went, when it hit northwest Lubbock, I was like, no, I sent my family in. And when I send my family in, it's pretty serious,
Well, it was funny last night, sitting there trying to. It was such a bizarre moment because at one point, Kathy's got her laptop. She's got the game on her laptop going.
Yeah.
I've got John Robson on my TV because I've got YouTube TV and you can only have so many devices on at once, with that. So I was like, okay, you put that on your laptop, put the game on your laptop, keep up with that.
Yeah.
Put John Robson on the TV, so we're all about that.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, we're trying to, watch all that, the game and the weather. Yeah. All of a sudden it starts just hail's coming down crazy. Sirens are going off. And I'm just like, it's mentally, I was so it was chaotic, but you're sitting there watching the game and what happened? Oh no. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, look at the hail. Oh wow. Oh, there's a tornado. I mean, you're just like.
Also, I don't know if he's listening, Patrick, Colleen's brother, texting us the game. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, because my wireless went down for a little while, so I wasn't even able to get TV for a little bit there. So
obviously, I'm a weather nerd, and I'm watching radar and watching just trying to
That's our house because I've always been I've always loved severe weather and all that kind of stuff. My oldest son is. Colton's super into it.
Colton's awesome.
He was texting us, for the hour leading into it, and about what was going on because that's he's super into that. So he at one point, and he said, no. What was funny was because early on when the main part of that storm, I guess Morton, Whit-Harrell, and out there. So I had taken a screenshot of my radar on my phone, and with Whit-Harrell on there, and right in the middle of this giant storm here. And I sent it to him and just said, "Hey, we're out storm chasing. Do you think is this a good place to be?" And he immediately texted back. He said, "Oh my gosh, don't panic, but you're right in the middle. What are y'all doing? Get out of there!" It's like, "Hey man, I'm just kidding. I'm at home in the living room. It's all good." But he was like, "What? What are you doing?"
That's awesome.
But anyway,
awesome.
As the sun comes up this morning, you might see a little bit more. So there's some damage and things. I saw several signs that looked like they were probably damaged last night in the wind and the hail and everything. Yeah, trees and leaves everywhere.
I mean, there was a lot of wind. I mean, boy.
I would imagine that, we've been talking a lot here lately about, with Hub City Body Shop and, possible hail damage this time of year, and then Roof Master, with the, there's going to be some busy, some busy folks and windows too. I mean, I heard a lot of windows were busted out. I can't believe I didn't have any at my house busted out because, I was staying back from the windows because they're going anytime. So
it does appear that there was some, structural damage, to some trailer homes, those type of things.
Yeah, I heard several turned over.
Yes,
where was it like around? I'm trying to think. Was it Smyre or where was it?
Probably Smyre, maybe north.
I can't remember for sure. There was so much
definitely
last night.
Definitely Smyre. That's for sure.
Because at one point I saw on Facebook where people were calling for help to try to, turn things back. The right side up here. I don't know.
And West Texas, we're all family around here, and everybody knows. We all know somebody. And I'm warning people, in the line, and Levelland and the Smire area, and it's just it's crazy.
Well, Tammy said she says, Mudflap, keep your tornadoes to yourself because it's too nerve-wracking.
Listen, I would love to keep it to myself. But
well, maybe more today.
Yeah, you just be weather aware today. So
Jonathan checking in, said good morning, have a great Friday. Got James checking in. Glenn said good morning. Game 3, baby, Wreck-'em Tech. Yeah, that's right. That's coming up tonight at 7. And then we got Bob checking in as well. And man, Colleen's missing all the fun. She's been on vacation, so she's missing all the fun. So I'm sure she's sad that she missed all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, her brother Pat was texting you and I last night, and he was because there was a point where things were so crazy. Like I said, my internet went down for a while. Power went off just enough to where it wasn't very long at my house, but it just went off and everything shut down for a minute. Yeah. Then kind of came back on, but I couldn't get my internet back, so I wasn't able to watch TV for a minute. And so I was blinded, but Pat was keeping us posted with the game and what was going on. So
I need to check with my neighbor. His electricity went off, but mine didn't. I was like, okay, that's kind of
mine just flashed. I mean, it just went off and then came back on, but the internet, so I couldn't watch TV for a while. So the game is on.
The good Lord protect us. I mean, because that one in Northwest Lubbock, I thought, man, if that
keeps moving
in, we're holy cow.
Jesse just said, sent us a picture. He said, yeah, plenty of leaves everywhere. And he said, I got a new trampoline and umbrella in my yard last night. So,
wow.
Yeah,
congratulations.
I would imagine. Right, yeah. Yeah, those trampolines, those are always the thing to win, man. Those things always blow.
Those things just take off. They just catch that underneath and boom.
All right. Well, I'm sure this will be the two topics of conversation on this Friday are going to be last night's weather, last night's win for Tech, the upcoming game tonight for Tech, and the upcoming weather possibility. That's pretty much the big news.
Yeah, that's all we'll be talking about, those four things. Yep.
So yeah, you can weigh in anywhere if you want to at any time. Let us know anything.
My adrenaline's still flowing.
I know.
And it's not going to get any better today because there's a lot going on today.
Whew. Just take a deep breath. All right. 806-900-9630 is the Terminix text. Excellent.
Morning, boys. If you miss any of the show, get caught up with Jeff Mudflap and the Gang podcast. Click the listen tab at KLLL.com. Be sure and share the show.
Well, if you are a homeowner and you've been considering getting a home warranty, you need to get an Earl's Home Warranty. That is a local home warranty. It's the only West Texas-based home warranty company here. They're right here in Lubbock, so you don't have to use like an 800 number or anything like that. You just call Earl's Home Warranty directly right here in Lubbock. And when they come out, the technician will be in an Earl's uniform and driving an Earl's fully wrapped truck, so you'll be able to recognize them immediately. Earl's Home Warranty, what it does, it covers things like plumbing, your AC and heating systems, your ductwork, even major appliances and electrical. There's a couple of different plans to choose from to protect your biggest investment, that being your home. Because if you own a home, it's just there's always something going on. Exhibit A last night, right? But if you don't currently have a home warranty, or if you don't have a local home warranty, all you need to do is call Earl's Home Warranty. They'll come out to the house, inspect your systems, get you signed up with a plan that makes sense for you. Also, if you are buying or selling your home, a local warranty from Earl's could be very helpful with that as well. So check out Earl's Home Warranty, the only West Texas-based home warranty. You can check out their website for more information, the phone number and all that, at callearls.com. That's callearls.com.
Jeff Mudflap and the Gang, presented by Bolton Oil Center.
96.3 KLLL.
That are so good. You've never heard vibes like this before. These are the gooderer vibes than the other vibes yesterday.
Yeah, well, in Summit High School in Mansfield, Texas, Principal Jason Mutter. Wow, interesting last name.
Interesting name, yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, it says lovely. I'm trying to think of
lovely.
Lovely.
Is it lovely or is
lovely?
It lovely
Known as Coach Mitt.
Oh, Coach Mitt. Okay, yeah, the lovingly known as.
Yes.
That's, okay.
Okay, lovingly known as. Okay,
yeah,
that's
okay.
That's
kind of what they're saying. There, sure.
Gave his graduating seniors a send off that they'll never forget. Instead of just a handshake and a diploma, each of the 443 students, that's quite a bit, received a handwritten letter and a crisp dollar bill. Why $1? I know you're wondering.
I was about to say, the dollar? What?
Because, as he told them, 443 random acts of kindness can start a ripple of positivity and an impactful change. I like creativity like that.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
An impactful change.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really neat.
That is nice. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. More rockin', less talking coming up. Soft rock. Wow, he just sort of... Those vibes were so good, we all just... His first name's actually Ritz.
Ritz Cracker?
No, I'm just kidding.
I would have believed you.
No, it's Saltine.
Saltine Cracker? Oh, Jeff. I'm so gullible. I believe everybody.
No,
my golf guys love that. They love to mess with me, just like Patrick likes to mess with me on birthday. Yeah. Because I'm gullible. I'm like, I believe you. I'm like, you say it,
well,
I believe you.
Trust people. And
I do trust people.
People shouldn't take advantage of your trust. I'm sorry about that.
And I shouldn't. Yeah, people.
That's not the last time I'll do it because it is kind of funny.
Know.
Oh, sometimes
I think it's like, isn't
too,
it like Marty or Matt or something like that, or Uncle Cracker? I've heard it before.
Oh, his Uncle Cracker. Yeah, his actual real name. You're not too far off in that first name. His first name is actually Matt.
Matt. Okay, so
his last name is Schaefer. Matt Schaefer.
Matt Schaefer. Okay, Cracker, I wouldn't have gotten Schaefer.
Yeah, Uncle Cracker has a little more cachet to it, than Matt Schaefer.
Matt Schaefer.
Sounds like a regular guy. Matt Schaefer.
Matt Schaefer in the news.
Yeah, right. That's right. I'm Matt Schaefer at the news desk. Coming up, a tisket, a tasket. They went home in a basket. More details coming up here in a few minutes. All right, so as far as the weather today, we had that crazy storm last night. Looks like, of all things considered, that could have been a lot worse. That tornado coming into Lubbock.
That could have been. I think a lot of people were praying.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, the bad news is it's a possibility we could get another round this evening, right?
Absolutely. This is from the National Weather Service. Likely risk of severe weather today. Look out for damaging winds, large hail, and powerful tornadoes. Have a plan, like I always say, and be prepared. That's my biggest thing. That's the only thing I tell my family. Just have a plan. You're going to be somewhere. No need to be scared. Just have a plan. Know what you're going to do. And if you know what you're going to do, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah, because in the moment is not the time to be trying to make a plan.
That's not.
Because your adrenaline gets going, you kind of panic mode a little bit. So, yes, always plan ahead and remain calm. When I
went outside, like everybody else, to watch the weather last night, and all the neighbors, I said, look, I'm going to be watching this thing, but I said, just as sure as I think it's time to go, I said, I'm headed right to my house, right in the middle of the basket. I said, you guys need to have the same plan.
Yeah.
And I'd say that to anybody. So
yeah. Well, it's important. Have a plan before you need the plan, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's hail coming down and a tornado bearing down. That's not the time to go,
no.
Let's formulate a plan. No, not good.
No.
So, all right. Well, we'll see what happens today. Texas Tech plays again tonight for all the marbles. Texas Tech, Texas, 7 o'clock tonight. So we'll have more on that coming up.
Right now at KLLL.com. 2K for Father's Day from Paul's Parts and 96.3 KLLL.
Jeff, Mudflap and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL. Red, white, and blue through and through.
Come on.
So just a few more days to get entered there, so you have a shot at Luke Bryan. $200 gas card, night in a hotel. I mean, it's tickets to the concert, plus still family road trips for Six Flags up for grabs, and some other great concerts as well around Texas. So road trip in summer, enter to win at United Express.
From the Dollar Western Wear Studio, this is Lubbock's country leader and home of Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
Texas playing tonight at 7, the final game. This is for the national championship.
I may be even more amped up for this game.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to contain myself. But I about couldn't contain myself last night. I am just pacing the floor as Nigel is pitching those last few outs. I'm just like, holy cow.
It was crazy last night, and then you got the storm and the hail and the wind and possible tornadoes on the ground, all moving towards Lubbock. It was like a crazy night. Sirens going off. I mean, by the time it was all over last night, I just sat there and I was like, man,
exhausted.
What a night.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to light up a cigarette there.
Exactly.
I don't smoke, though. So, no, it was a crazy night, though. I mean, there was just so much. Talk about being overstimulated. I mean, it was just so many things. Watching the game, watching John Robson and sirens going off. And my poor dog was just like freaked out, standing there like, what's happening? What are we doing? What's happening? It was nuts. It really was. But it looks like tonight, I guess, this evening, we're going to have Texas Tech playing, and it'll be a nail-biter, I'm sure, again. And then possibility of another night like last night,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. There's a likely risk of severe weather today. Wind, tornadoes, hail are possible. Look out for large hail. But anyway, just stay weather aware.
All right. Well, we'll certainly do that. Tech broke a scoreless tie with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, or in both the 5th and 6th innings.
And did you worry about that one too in the bottom of the 5th, because they had 2 outs, and it's like you had people on base the whole game, but you just thought, oh no, here we go again. We're gonna blow an opportunity.
Yeah, it was again. These games have been so stressful. But Tech scored 2 runs both the 5th and 6th innings, and then withstood a late rally from Texas to extend the series.
Was another one.
Tonight. But they won 4-3 last night. So you got the final. I mean, this is for all of it tonight. It's
one game takes all.
This is for the national title. The win sets up a 3rd game Friday night. Okay, so
one game.
It's the first time since 2021 that it's gone to 3 games.
Yeah.
It's only the 7th time since the final started in 2005, which kind of surprises me. I thought it would have been more than that. But anyway, a final matchup between the 2 in-state rivals, Texas Tech and Texas, and both looking for their first national championship in softball. And it's a lot on the line, man. Gosh. How fitting against Texas.
How fitting. This is, oh, man, you talk about, I'm just emotionally drained.
It's crazy. I mean, last night, just the game, the drama of that.
Yeah.
I mean, every single game in the Women's College World Series has just been unreal. I don't know what the numbers will be for last night's game, but the first game was, I think, the most watched first game of the final series I think ever is like 2.1 million 2.1. Something,
and it was like the 5th largest of all time. So.
Yeah, so I think tonight being a deciding Game 3 on a Friday night, and as close as he's been, and you got Nyjah Kennedy, who's the greatest softball player in the country, and people tune in to watch her, and I mean, you talk about a big stage tonight.
Boy,
I think this could end up being maybe the most all-time watched softball game. I think it's got a real shot.
Yep.
So. Woo! Yeah, that was. And what that one run that the score was it Valdez? Is that her name? I'm sorry. There's so many things and details and stuff, but she's a catcher, and she.
The one
Glasgow was giving her the stop sign there at 3rd, and she just kept going. And she's not the fastest person, and it was like, oh my gosh, what's she doing? But she scored what turns out to be went 4-3 without her going for it there.
Obviously, Coach knew that when he was really mad that she didn't come to third base, and
that's right, because she stopped at second to begin with, right?
She stopped, and she, realizing that she's not probably the fastest,
right?
And so he was mad that she didn't get there because he knows every run matters at this point. So she said she just wasn't gonna.
After the post game, she was just talking about that. She said, "Yeah, I know." She said, but I stopped at second when I was supposed to go to third, so I decided I was on third. I was going for it. She said I had to turn on. I think what she said, turn on the burn or something like that.
Turn on the burn. Isn't that Texas
funny? Because she's not the fastest person on the team, obviously. But man, for her to go ahead and do that, I'm sure Glasgow will forgive her about not seeing the sign to begin with. But wow, that was something else, man.
There's so many unknowns to this. You think you got Nyjah pitching, that's great. But now, you look on the opposite end of it, you're like, well, are they getting used to her?
Because they've seen her a lot. She's thrown every inning, yeah.
I mean, I'm like, holy cow. But it's, obviously she's good enough to, keep going, and you don't want to take out. I think you go with it. You just go with her, and you just you put if you win or lose, you go with her.
Yeah,
and you just make it happen.
I mean, who would you put in there in place of her? I mean, no disrespect to the pitching staff, but I'm sorry, but when you've got the arguably the best pitcher in the country, a generational talent, even tired maybe, she's just, you have to go with Nyjah.
I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher like. I mean, she's just. I mean, you've watched this more, softball more than I have, but man, I can't remember a pitcher of this magnitude.
Yeah,
in a long time.
Like I said, she's a generational talent, I think.
Man.
I mean, she's so good. It was interesting last night. Patrick Mahomes showed up at the game. Him and Brittany were there at the game, and Ruben, he texted. He said, "When I saw Patrick Mahomes at the game, I said, oh no. For some reason, Tech can never win when he's around. So I love Patrick Mahomes. Maybe the jinx is broken." Yes, absolutely. That is kind of funny because there's been games where he's come back, like football games, basketball games, where Tech didn't win or something, and so then people go, "Oh my gosh, man, it's the Mahomes jinx. What is going on?" But they were there last night. Tech got the job done, so I think it's going to be okay. I wonder if he'll be there tonight. Gosh, surely he'll be there again tonight. You would think.
I'd like to see. It's not that far. I mean, he gets in his private plane. He can probably be there in 1 hour.
Right.
I mean, and all he has to do is just fly back.
Did you see? And he gave the team the gift. He gave them
saw
all
that.
those Adidas letter
Yes.
jackets. With their number, and man, those things were awesome. And shoes, and man, having him he's such a great ambassador for the university
Tech?
still.
Oh,
and
he sure
so here you got
is.
Nigel Kennedy, the biggest softball player in the country, and you got Patrick Mahomes, probably the most popular NFL player, and and representing Tech. I mean, it's great times for Texas Tech right now. It really is. And but tonight, this is going to be stressful. But gear up, man, because it is going to be stressful. I'm
going to be stressed. Yeah.
Haven't heard from Carl yet this morning, but I'm sure Carl will weigh in at some point. He's our Longhorn fan. Him and Ricky are our gang members who are the Longhorn fans. So
I mean, I really thought Texas was going to pull it back.
I did
out
too.
There at the end.
It looked bleak there for a minute.
Kidding me? I mean, when we're getting bases on, there's nobody out. I'm like, here we go again. Oh my god!
I was just like, please don't intentionally walk anybody.
Oh,
all right. Well, certainly exciting. Weather last night, maybe more weather today. If you've seen you had any damage or anything, or noticing, I saw some signs blown out and maybe hail damage on my way to work this morning. Now that the sun's up, and probably see a lot more stuff maybe this morning. But let us know if you're the eyes out there. If you see anything interesting that from last night's storm, you can pass that along to us on the Terminix text line 806-900-9630. Wanted to mention too today. I don't want to have the morning go by without acknowledging this because. Very important day in history. It's been a long time ago, but it's just so good to remember this. The 81st anniversary of D-Day, June 6, 1944, commemorating the landing of more than 160,000 Allied forces on the beaches of Normandy, France, and one of the most pivotal attacks against Germany during World War II. And, this one's been well documented with movies and stuff, Band of Brothers, and those guys coming out of those, those troop, what are the troop carrier things that you get up on the beach and that gate goes down and you run into a hail of gunfire and just I can think of nothing more heroic in what those guys did on D-Day, and hope people don't ever forget, because I think we've become such a spoiled country these days, when we got people out protesting and whining about how evil America is and what a terrible country we have, while they're sitting there holding their $10 Starbucks and their $1,200 iPhone and their and whining about things. And then you think back about all these guys that stormed the beaches in machine gun fire, and lots of them lost their lives that day.
Yeah.
It's so heroic.
Yeah.
And so it's just a great reminder of, a lot of people sacrificed a lot. So, morons can stand in the street and block traffic and whine about how awful they have it, It's stunning. But anyway, just never forget, June 6, 1944, so the 81st anniversary of D-Day today.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL.
Chip, winner take all tonight, 7 o'clock, ESPN. Yesterday, if you remember, we played the fight song, the Tech fight song, because you lost that first game. Yep. So yesterday we were like, man, maybe we should play the fight song. Maybe that'll help. Yep. We did it. They won. So I know Colleen's not here. She's definitely a sports superstition person, but I kind of am that same way, and I think about the things that worked, and maybe it's crazy, but it worked.
Do it again.
So I think we need to play it again.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and do it.
I like it.
Because I don't want that I don't want us to forget.
Yeah.
Because then somebody would say, well, if only you guys would have played that, it's your fault. I can't have that on my conscience.
No, I can't either.
So here we go. One more time. All right. Yeah, I know. Well, it's like Kathy, my wife, she had one of her Tech shirts on last night during the game. After the game was over, she went through it in the washing machine and washed it so she can wear it again tonight.
Good.
And I said, I don't know. I hope the washing didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
But, but she's not, no, I'm not wearing a dirty shirt, but I will wear the same shirt. So everybody's got their things, you know. And so if it's only crazy if it doesn't work. That's what they say. So. All right. Well, at least we played the fight song just like we did yesterday, so we're set up for good. And we got a chance of storms. I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll be another night of watching the game and being stressed out about that, watching the weather and being stressed out about that, and it's all happening simultaneously again. We'll see.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Exactly.
Well, do you know what happens when you cross an angry sheep and an angry cow?
I'm happy to say I don't.
Well, you get two animals in a bad mood.
She's a good girl, and I don't think we really get any dirt on her.
All right. Colleen's still enjoying her vacation. She missed all that weather last night.
I know.
But quick dirty laundry. Don't have a lot here, but a few things. I thought I'd tell you about the movies that are opening this week. First of all, if you'd like to, get through tonight, the game, and hopefully Tech wins, then you have a weekend and you can kind of recover from all the excitement here the last few days. But one of the new movies that's opening this weekend is Ballerina, an action, mystery, and thriller. It takes place during the events of John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, anyway, the film follows Eve Macaro, played by Ana de Armas, who's beginning her training in the assassin traditions of the Resca-Roma. And Ana de Armas is in this. Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, Angelica Houston, among others. And there you go. So that's out if you like thrillers and John Wick kind of stuff. And if you like scary movies, which I know you don't, Mudflap, but there's a new horror movie. This is interesting. It's called The Ritual. It's based on true events. It says the ritual follows two priests, one questioning his faith, one reckoning with a troubled past. This one's played by Al Pacino, by the way, who must put aside their differences to save a possessed young woman through a difficult and dangerous series of exorcisms. They say the film is an authentic portrayal of Emma Schmidt, who is an American woman whose demonic possession culminated in harrowing exorcisms. Her case remains the most thoroughly documented exorcism in American history. Wow. So based on this true story, that sounds creepy and scary. So horror movies are your thing. That is opening up as well, but it's called The Ritual, and that would be your new movies this weekend. A few other things here. You always want to set a Guinness record, I know, Mudflap. Yep. Tom Cruise actually set a Guinness World Record by performing 16 burning parachute jumps for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning in the climactic scene, which, have you seen this?
No,
I haven't seen it.
Not yet.
But in the climactic scene, he leapt from a helicopter at 7,500 feet, igniting a fuel-soaked parachute midair